Who would have thought that Republicans would rally around Trump after the FBI raid revealed that Trump had top-secret documents at his personal residence? Yes, I said had top-secret United States of America documents at his personal residence. Let that sink in for a minute. It's hard to believe, I know. Anyone who would rally around any person at all who had taken top-secret United States of America documents to their personal residence should be seeking the services of a mental health counselor immediately. Proving that the majority of Republicans will not be seeking those kinds of services, due to the fact that they have the same gangster mentality as Trump. Republicans moved with warp speed rallying around Trump, largely ignoring the possibility of any wrongdoing on the former president's part. The fact that law enforcement agents would have had to show probable cause that a crime had been committed in the first place, in order to even obtain a search warrant, obviously means nothing to Trump's yes men. Furthermore, the FBI director was appointed by Donald Trump, which is a convenient fact for the Repubs to forget as well. You have to give it to those Republicans though, they certainly know how to fleece their flock, as within hours of the news that Mr. Trump's home had been searched, the Republican National Committee texted an urgent appeal about the search to supporters asking for cash to take back Congress. Never to be one to miss out on a dollar from a sucker himself, Trump got in on the financial action as well, seeking to capitalize on the raid via his political committee, Save America, blasting out a fundraising text message verifying that the FBI search was evidence of a corrupt radical left. The message added, "Return the power to the people. Will you fight with me?" Does this kind of message sound familiar? Think January 6th. Of course, Trump's statement, "Return the power to the people," actually means "I want to be your dictator." He followed up with a fundraising appeal, making it personal by declaring, "It's important that you know that it wasn't just my home that was violated, it was the home of every patriotic American who I have been fighting for." Meanwhile, in Ohio, J.D. Vance, the Republican nominee for Senate, blasted his supporters with an email appeal request to join the Trump strategy team. Oddly enough, any money raised via these emails went directly to the Vance campaign, once again proving that Republicans are born with the skill set to spin any given story to their advantage. Republican Senator Rick Scott made comparisons to the Nazi secret police, Communist Russia, and Latin American dictatorships. This should scare the living daylights out of American citizens, Mr. Scott said. Amazing, considering that Trump is nothing short of a dictator wannabe himself. The significance of the intense loyalty he has exacted from Republicans is nothing short of a flock of sheep playing follow the leader right off the cliff. By casting Mr. Trump as political prey instead of a criminal target, Republicans are also providing him some cover from his previous statements that an active FBI investigation should disqualify anyone from running for president. Mr. Trump repeatedly made that argument in 2016 against Mrs. Clinton over the investigation of her use of email, saying, "She's unfit and unqualified to be the President of the United States and her election would mire our government and our country in a constitutional crisis that we cannot afford." Furthermore, the Republican response of portraying Mr. Trump as a victim, put Trump in the type of position that he loves to be in, as it gives him the opportunity to tap into the economic frustrations and institutional grievances his supporters have laid at the feet of the political establishment. From the campaign trail as well as the White House, he has consistently portrayed any criticisms, attacks, and investigations as direct threats to his political supporters, not just to him alone, which keeps his followers wanting to support him, financially and otherwise, just that much more. Much like clueless sheep following sheep here. Nancy Pelosi has been quoted on NBC's Today Show, saying, "No person is above the law. Not even the President of the United States. Not even a former President of the United States." Representative Kevin McCarthy, the top Republican in the House, promised an investigation into the Biden administration's top attorney. "Preserve your documents and clear your calendar," Mr. McCarthy warned Merrick Garland, the Attorney General. McCarthy went on to say that such an assault could only take place in broken, third-world countries. This channel, USA Under Siege, believes that calling the execution of a valid search warrant an assault, especially after top-secret United States documents were found in Trump's personal residence, is beyond belief. It's amazing that Republicans choose to ignore the fact that one of theirs broke the law. How anyone, regardless of party, can overlook the fact that top-secret United States government documents were being stored in a personal residence, is beyond the scope of this channel. Apparently, McCarthy and others think that sticking by Trump's side, at least before anything more serious emerges from the FBI's investigation, carries little risk at the moment. Blake Masters, the Republican Senate nominee in Arizona, called the surge politically motivated, writing on Twitter, "When street crimes go unsolved but opposition leaders are hounded by federal police, you're living in a third-world country." This channel, USA Under Siege, believes that making an absolutely absurd statement like this just shows more of what the Republicans are made of, and what they care, or more precisely, don't care about. Street crimes are solved every day in America. Ex-presidents who remove United States top-secret documents to their personal residence, thankfully are a rare breed, but are also investigated, as they should be, according to the law. It appears as though Republicans will allow Republicans to break the law, only to cry foul when the law catches up to the Republican. Nobody is above the law, even if that particular person thinks that they could shoot somebody, and not lose any voters, which is paraphrased from a statement that Trump himself made. The exact quote that Trump spewed was, "I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?" It's, like, incredible. Trump made that statement at Dord College, in Sioux Center, Iowa, and one can infer from the way he said it that even he is shocked at the way his sheep, whoops, his followers, will blindly follow him. Which brings up the obvious question of, if you were a politician with any shred of morals or scruples, would you align yourself with a person who would make a statement such as this? But this robust rallying serves as a fresh reminder of the former president's enduring grip on the GOP, driven by an ability to use a sense of grievance among many Republican voters toward government and other institutions. Trump tapped into that animosity to overcome 2 impeachments and the fallout from an insurrection. It remains to be seen what the fallout from Trump's haul, that was stowed at Mar-a-Lago, will be, but one thing's for sure, the best is yet to come. This channel, USA Under Siege, is hoping beyond hope that Trump doesn't decide to take up bank robbery, as Republicans will be wanting to do away with laws forbidding that as well, and that's where we keep a few dollars on occasion. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.